All right, how everybody doing today? I'm back at it again with another video, but this time I'm going to be talking about the NFC South as a whole. And I was, I actually have a Google Doc with all the Super Bowls, all the way up until now. So when I was when I was looking over it, I found some very very interesting things about the NFC South, and it might shock you, but it also might expose something too. So let's get into it. So as of now, this is the Super Bowl appearances as of now in the NFC South. Got the Bucks sitting at 2-0, the Saints 1-0, and then you got the Panthers and the Falcons sitting at 0-2. Right? This is the Super Bowl appearances as of now. As of now. But when I show you this next slide, you're gonna start seeing something. So let's go to that. Exposed pattern, or is the NFL strip real? Let's have a look. Falcons make the Super Bowl for the first time, lose. There's a gap, right? You see, there's a small gap. NFL hits the NFC South twice, back to back years. Follow the win pattern and follow the loss pattern. Loss, win, loss. Then there's a big gap. That was a win. And then another big gap. The Falcons and the Panthers both lose the Super Bowl. Look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. Then there's another gap. The Buccaneers. This was recent. Do you see the pattern? I see it too. This was recent. Then the Buccaneers win the Super Bowl, their second Super Bowl. Then there's another big gap. They hit the NFC South twice, back to back here. And you're probably wondering, who is the NFC South team that's going to appear right here, back to back? But before I get into that, look at this pattern. Do you see a pattern here? Right? Twice here, and twice here, with small gaps in between. Do you see it? Now you're probably wondering, is this a coincidence? I don't think this is a coincidence. This looks like this is scripted. Do you see it? I see it too. Do you see the pattern? Because I see it. This is all very fascinating, isn't it? Is this an exposed pattern, or is the NFL strip real? Or is it just a coincidence? This pattern is too perfect to be a coincidence. This looks like this is a script, written out and scripted. Right? Right. Now let's dive a little bit more deeper, shall we? Would you look at this? It gets even more crazier. Every 3 to 5 years, they hit the NFC South. The first time they did it was with the Falcons, that wound up being a loss. And then back to back years, they hit the NFC South twice. 2003, 2004, win loss. 5 years later, they hit the NFC South once. That was a win. That was the Saints. 5 years later, they hit the NFC South twice, back to back years. 2016, 2017, loss. 3 years later, not a 5 year later, it's a 3 year gap. They hit the NFC South once again. 2021, Buccaneers. Now it's starting to make sense, isn't it? There's a large gap in between the Buccaneers' first appearance in the Super Bowl and second appearance. 5 years later, now they hit the NFC South again, twice, back to back years, 2027, 2028. And then another 5 year gap. They hit the NFC South once again, 2035. And you're probably wondering, who are the NFC South teams that's going to appear right here? Follow the pattern. Do you notice anything? Do you notice it? Want me to tell you? I'll tell you. Starting off with the Falcons. Their first appearance in the Super Bowl was 1999. That was their first appearance in a Super Bowl, right? 17 years later, they appear in another Super Bowl. Their second appearance. That was a loss. So that was a 17 what? A 17-year gap, right? And when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl and lost, that 17-year gap or 17-year cycle got reset, and now the Falcons are going to appear right here, 2035. That'll be another 17-year gap. You feel me? That's another 17-year gap. So that means the Falcons appear here. You see it. I see it too. And the Bucks also have a 17-year gap from 2003 all the way to 2021. That's 17 years. And look at the Super Bowls. That was both wins. That was 2 wins in a Super Bowl for the Bucks. So if the Bucks and the Falcons got 17 years, that means the Saints got 17 years. So where does that put the Saints at? Follow it. Follow the pattern. 17 years, that's going to put the Saints right here, 2028. And where does the Panthers go? The Panthers go here, 2027. Do you see the pattern? The Panthers appear more than the other 3 NFC South teams. You notice that, right? The reason why, because their cycle is shorter compared to the Bucks, the Falcons, and the Saints. All 3 of those teams got 17-year cycles, while the Panthers have like a 11 to 12-year cycle, which is much shorter compared to the other 3 teams. Do you see it? I see it too. You cannot tell me that this is a coincidence. This is scripted. Just look at it. This is too perfect. This is too perfect. And all of these Super Bowls right here, to 2021, to 1999 to 2021, all of these Super Bowls happened already. And you see the pattern. Now we're in a 5-year gap. So that means the next NFC South appearance is twice. So they're going to hit the NFC South twice in back-to-back years. You see the pattern. I see it too. You see the pattern. I see it too. You cannot tell me that this is all just a coincidence. No, this is scripted. And people say the NFL ain't scripted. Just look at this. You tell me, do you tell me that this ain't scripted? Look how this look. This is too perfect. Like somebody sat down and wrote this down and planned it out from the start all the way to whatever the ending. This is too perfect. Let's dive a little deeper. So the red dot means loss, the yellow dot means win, and the gray dot means predicted. And as the pattern, it's just like the pattern I showed you. Bam, bam, bam. Loss, win, loss. And you're probably wondering, where is the Super Bowl going to be at for 2027 and 2028? I'm going to tell you that. But first, I'm going to tell you about this right here. Ignore 2034. That's supposed to be 2035. That was a little slight error, but I'm telling y'all right now, this is 2035 because that's a 5-year. That's not a 5-year gap. That's a 17-year gap for the Falcons from 2017 to 2035. That's a 17-year gap. So that's a little. I'm just telling y'all this is 2035, not 2034. But that's going to be a loss for the Falcons. Now, as to where the Super Bowl is going to be for 2027 and 2028, well, let's see. This is where the Super Bowl is going to be at for 2027 and 2028. The Panthers go to the Super Bowl in what? Los Angeles, California, SoFi Stadium. They lose. The following year, the Saints go to the Super Bowl. Where? in Atlanta. The Saints win a Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia. And guess whose stadium that is? That's the Falcons Stadium. Oh boy. If you a Saints fan, oh boy, you know what that means. You know what that means. Do you know how many Saints fans are gonna take over Atlanta if the Saints go there and win a Super Bowl? Huh. I can already see it. And this is following the same pattern I just told you. Panthers lose their third Super Bowl, Saints win their second Super Bowl. And 5 years later, after they hit the NFC South twice, they hit the NFC South again. Super Bowl 69 or Super Bowl LXIX. The Super Bowl location is unknown, but just let you know that Super Bowl that the Falcons are going to go to, that's going to be a loss. So the Falcons will be what? 0-3 in Super Bowls. That sucks. That really sucks. I feel bad for y'all. Do you feel bad for them? I kind of do feel bad for them. Same thing with the Panthers. I feel bad for them too. Because they keep picking your team to go to the Super Bowl and what? Lose. While they keep picking the Saints and the Bucks to go to the Super Bowl and win. Complete difference. While the Panthers and Falcons are stacking losses, the Saints and the Bucks are stacking trophies. You feel me? There's nothing you can do. This is not me. This is the NFL script writers with this. So, like I just told you, 17-year gap for the Bucks, the Falcons, the Saints, but the Panthers got a 12 to 11 year cycle. 12 to 11 year cycle. That's why they appear more on the timeline than the rest of the three teams. You feel me? You see the pattern. I saw it too. You cannot deny that this makes sense because all of this, how the way the pattern looks, it all makes sense. The next three Super Bowl appearances is going to be this. They hit the NFC South twice in 2027, 2028. That'll be a lost win. And then 5 years later, they hit the NFC South again. But this time it's the Falcons. And that's going to be a loss. You see it. I put the Michael Jordan crying meme here because that's going to be the Panthers and the Falcons when they lose that damn Super Bowl. Sad, but that's just how it is. That's not me. That's the NFL script writers. That ain't me. That's the NFL picking you to go to the Super Bowl and what? Lose. That's just how it is. There's nothing I can do. I'm just letting you know in advance. If this happens, you heard it from me. You heard it from this video. You heard it from me. If this happens. So, Super Bowl appearances after 2027 through 2035. This is what the NFC South is going to look like. Saints and Bucks, both 2-0. Panthers and Falcons, 0-3. That sucks for them. But this is what the NFC South is going to look like after those Super Bowl appearances. Saints and Bucks sitting pretty. Why the Falcons and Panthers are in the gutter. Basically just sitting there wondering when they're going to get their first Super Bowl win. And I'm going to leave off the video with this meme that I made right here. This the Panthers and the Falcons looking at the Saints and the Bucks having a discussion about Super Bowl trophies while they just sitting there with nothing. Sad reality. But this is how it's going to play out. If all of this happens that I just said and showed you, you heard it from here. You heard it from me. I'm letting y'all know in advance. So do yourself a favor, save this video, and then when this happens, come back to this video. That's all I'm gonna tell you. This the end of the video. Y'all have a nice day.